2 Samuel chapter 3. David's strength increases. The war between the house of Shaul and the house of David dragged on, but David grew stronger, while the house of Shaul became weaker. Sons were born to David in Hebron. His firstborn was Amnon, whose mother was Ahinoam from Israel. His second, Kilav, whose mother was Abigail the widow of Nabal from Carmel. The third, Absalom, whose mother was Maacah the daughter of Talmai king of Geshur. The fourth, Adoniah the son of Haggit. The fifth, Shphathiah the son of Avital. And the sixth, Yitam, whose mother was Eglah David's wife. These were born to David in Hebron. The murder of Abner. During the war that was going on between the house of Shaul and the house of David, Abner strengthened his position in the house of Shaul. Shaul had a concubine named Rizpah, the daughter of Aiah, and Ishbosheth challenged Abner, "Why did you go and sleep with my father's concubine?" These words of Ishbosheth's enraged Abner. "What am I," he shouted, "that you treat me with such contempt, a dog's head in Yehudah? Till this moment I have shown only kindness to the house of Shaul your father, and to his brothers and to his friends, and I haven't handed you over to David. Yet you choose today to pick a fight with me over this woman. May God bring terrible curses on Abner and worse ones yet if I don't accomplish what Adonai swore to David. To transfer the kingdom from the house of Shaul and set up the throne of David over Israel and Yehudah, from Dan all the way to Beersheba." Ishbosheth couldn't answer Abner a word, because he was afraid of him. Abner immediately sent envoys to David with this message: "Who is going to control the land? If you make yourself my ally, I will use my power to bring all Israel over to you." David sent this reply: "Very well, I will be your ally, on one condition. You will not come into my presence unless at the same time you bring with you Michal, Shaul's daughter." David sent messengers to say to Ishbosheth the son of Shaul, "Give me back my wife Michal. I betrothed her to myself for 100 foreskins of the Pelishtim." Ishbosheth sent and took her from her husband Paltiel the son of Laish. Her husband went with her, crying as he went, and followed her to Bacherim. But when Abner told him, "Go back," he returned. Then Abner conferred with the leaders of Israel. He said, "In the past, you wanted David to be king over you. So now, do it. For Adonai has said of David, through my servant David the first will rescue my people Israel from the power of the Pelishtim and from the power of all their enemies." Abner also spoke with the people of Benjamin. Then Abner went to Hebron and reported to David everything that had been agreed to by Israel and the house of Benjamin. When Abner came to David in Hebron, he brought 20 men with him. David held a feast for Abner and his men. Abner said to David, "I must get up and go to gather all Israel to my lord the king, so that they can make a covenant with you. Then you will be able to rule over everything your heart desires." David sent Abner off, giving him safe conduct. Just then David's men and Joab returned from a raid, bringing a lot of plunder with them. But Abner was not with David in Hebron, because he had sent him off under safe conduct. When Joab and all his army had arrived, Joab was told, "Abner the son of Ner came to the king, but he sent him off, and he has left under safe conduct." Joab went to the king and said, "What have you done? Here, Abner came to you, and you sent him away, and now he's gone. Why? You know Abner the son of Ner. He came only to deceive you, to learn what campaigns you're planning and to find out everything you're doing." After leaving David, Joab sent messengers after Abner, and they brought him back from the water cistern at Sarah without David's knowledge. Upon Abner's return to Hebron, Joab took him aside into the space between the outer and inner city gates as if to speak with him privately, and there he struck him in the groin, so that he died, thus avenging the death of Asahel his brother. Afterwards, when David heard of it, he said, "I and my kingdom are forever innocent of the death of Abner the son of Ner. Let it fall on the head of Joab and all his father's family. May Joab's family always have someone with a hemorrhage or zariat, or who has to walk with a cane, or who dies by the sword, or who lacks food." Thus Joab and Avishai his brother killed Abner, because he had killed their brother Asahel during the battle in Givon. But David said to Joab and all those with him, "Tear your clothes, put on sackcloth, and mourn over Abner." King David himself walked behind the body as it was carried. They buried Abner at Hebron. The king wept aloud at Abner's grave, and all the people wept. The king sang this lament over Abner: "Should Abner have died like a thug? Your hands weren't tied, your feet weren't fettered. You fell like one who falls at the hands of criminals." Then all the people wept over him more than ever. All the people came to David and tried to make him eat some bread while it was still daytime. But David swore, "May God bring terrible curses on me and worse ones yet if I taste bread or anything else until the sun goes down." All the people took note of this, and it pleased them. Whatever the king did pleased all the people. So that day, all the people and all Israel understood that the king had had no part in the killing of Abner the son of Ner. The king said to his servants, "You realize that a leader, a great man, has fallen today in Israel. Even though I have just been anointed king, I feel weak today, and these men, the sons of Truya, are too brutal for me. May Adonai repay the criminal as his crime deserves."